Hi, welcome to the session. I'm back again with my a new session, and in my previous session I had given uh, some background of the NumPy. I like how the values and random value gets generated, and how in array we convert the values, and how the different aggregated function gets applied, what is how data type, and how with the equally spaces with the random number, how the value get distributed. So those all things I had detailed in my previous session. So this is NumPy indexing and selection. So this is also uh, like same about accessing the element, or customizing your array, putting the element as per a requirement, and manipulation of the element which is there in your array index or in your array. So this is like here I have created this is a simple array, and in this array, once I try to put this, so it excluding 21, everything will be printed here, and that is how it has been printed here, right? So this is just a simple array with an numpy dot arrange, and so it will arrange all the value excluding the upper bound limit, and so it will be displaying like this. Now if I go for the using brackets and indexing selection, so if I put sample array 8 meaning like at eighth position, this is the index position, eighth. So at your indexing will get start with the 0. So at eighth position, what is the value here? So if I start with then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, meaning at the eighth position I do have value, whatever the value would be there, it will be printed here, right? So this is the index position, right? So that is how it works, and get the values from the range selection. If you specify the range, meaning like we have this is the array, sample array. In that, starting with zeroth position till 3 will be excluded. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 3 will be excluded. So 0, 1, 2. So 10, 12, 11, 12. That is printed here, right? So if you specify the range, then upper limit will be excluded, and before that, whatever this from the starting position onwards, all the values will be printed here. Like this is in range form, and this is based on the index. This is in range, and this is random, like on zeroth position, what is like with the multiple values, right? Zeroth index, fourth index, and seventh index. So if you want to get the multiple values based on the particular index number, so accordingly we can fetch the value, right? So that is how I have fetched here, right? It's very simple, right? So that is how it works. And now in simple array, these are the elements, and 1 is to 3 equal to 100 in simple array. If I try to put here, meaning 1 is to 3 supposed to be replaced by 100, like starting from 0, 1, 2, the value is starting from 1. Where is the 1? 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, and the 3 will be excluded. So 11, 12 supposed to be replaced by 100. So that is how it has been worked. Like 1 and 2 has been replaced by 100, and the value is printed here. In the same way, np.arrange, if we try to arrange the 10 to 10, 21 is the max limit. Starting from 10, it will be printing all the values. The lower limit is 10, and the max value is 21, but the 21 will be excluded, and till 20th it will be working, right? So here, new subsetting of array. Subsetting of array, how does it work? Like sample array, 0 to 7th, the maximum value would be, 0 to 7th, it's index, right? 0 7th, 7th will be excluded. So 0 to 6th, whatever the value would be there, assigned to some subset of the array. And if we try to print the subset of the array, so this is how the value will be printed till 16th. What is the position of the 16th? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, right? And we have upper bound limit is 7, right? So it has been excluded. The 7th number is excluded, and we have taken from starting from 0 to till 16. So to overall 7 number, right? So that is how it works. Now, if I have to change certain element, like in the beginning there is no value, and the entire set we want to replace with the 1001. So that is how it has been replaced. All the values has been replaced here with the 1000. So this is a note. Please note that the changes in the subset has affected the original sample array as well. Meaning, if we try printing the sample array, there also this value will be affected, because it works originally in the NumPy. What happens in Python, if we work with the subset of the array, then it directly affects in your original array as well, or original index, or original value as well. So if we try printing here the starting 6 7 values wherever we have printed, so it will all these values this so will be replaced with 1001. So that is how it is. It has replaced the all values wherever it has been applied. All the values in the beginning has been replaced with 1001, and rest all the values has been printed as it is where it was earlier, right? So data is not copied when we subset. It is just a subview of the original array. This is just feature by default in order to avoid memory problem. So like, meaning it directly works on the original content, I mean the original data set, or original value. It doesn't work on any if you work on the subset, it directly update your main data set. So if you want to update, or then in that case we can create a copy of the data set original, then we can do the changes in the copy one. And here sample array is equal to np.range till 30. 30 would be excluded. Until 29 the value would be printed here. To get a copy, we need to use the copy function. Like if we want to have the copy of the main function, so I mean the main data set, so this is how we get the copy of this sample, that is copy function. This particular copy function we use, so we get the copy of that. I copy.array, because the value which is there in this copy function that has been assigned in copy.array. So once we print this data set, I mean this array, so it will print the entire values from 0 to 29, right? So we can do the original, we can do the changes in the copy array. So if we try printing this, then it will replace all the values in copy in the subset array, or in the copy array, we can say, right? So but the sample array will remain as it is, the way it was earlier. So, and here, because we are replacing all the values in the copy array, so it will replace all the values with the 1001, and original array will be remain as it is, right? Now we go for the matrix. When we talk about the matrix, how does the matrix works? Like, it's two-dimensional arrays. When we talk about the two-dimensional arrays, mean row and columns, and sample everywhere. When we talk about the matrix, then it talks about rows and columns. So here we have defined one matrix and np.array, and when we see the output of that, the output would be like this: the for structure for listing dataset, list dataset we have specified the in the form of array, and so the values are placed like this. Now if we have to put the first simple matrix 1, meaning 1 is what means first row first column, or where nothing is specified. So indexing of the rows, second row, second row, meaning 0 1. So 0 first column, so this value would be printed here. So that is how it is printed, right? So it will be 0 in all the way, first row first column. This is first row, 0 and 0 1, and this is the first, this is the column. So it has printed all the values. And if we have to get the values like a sample matrix, first row second column, meaning 0 1 first, 0 1 first row, and second column, meaning 0 1 2, meaning the 50, right? Got it, right? What it mentioned, first row second column, first row 0 1, this is the first row, and the second column 0 1 2. So this is the second column value, meaning that 50. That is how it is printed, 50, right? So when we talk about getting an individual element value from the matrix method too, and if we can write like this in we can write the same thing in with different notation. We can via comma we can specify the first row and second column. So but in I'll recommend you go for this way. So this is the ideal approach to go for when we accessing the element with in matrix. So this is the ideal approach. So I'll advise like go with this way. Sample matrix. So 1 comma 2, that is how we use. Now slicing of the matrix, meaning 1 is to 3, 1 is to 2. Like no, 3 will be excluded. Sample matrix up to third row from the second column, up to third row, meaning uh, starting from 1. So we have the matrix starting from 1. Where is the and 1 to 2, 0 starting from word to 2, 1 to 3, meaning this one starting from 1 to 3, and 25, and what is the value? 1 is to 2 till where first row, I mean 1 is to 2, where the value is starting from 1, meaning here 1 2 2 will be excluded. So this is the one value only. So this value would be printed here, 3500, right? So that is how the value has been printed. Got it, right? 1 is to 3. 1 is to 3 meaning starting from 0 1, 0 1 is to 3. The 3 1 2 3. So this will be till here, right? So I mean 10 25. So this is the position of row, and the column value 1 is to 2, meaning 0 1 2. So this will be excluded till here. So 1 is to 2, row number 1, and column number 1 as well, right? So that is how it is printed. So 3500 will be printed here. Got it, right? No. It is the same. Like, let me re-explain. 1 is to 3. 1 is to 3 meaning it will be going 1. This is the row number. If you go for this row number, so starting from 1, 0 1. This is the 1 till where 1 to 3, meaning till here. 0 1 2. First 1 is to 3. First row. Yes, first row and second column. Till 3 we don't, yeah, 1 is to 3. First row, and this is 3, so till here, and this is the row, okay, and column is 1 is to 3, meaning 0 1 starting from 1 to this column. So 35 and 100 will be the value which has to be printed here, right? Yes. Now we go for another example. If you have to access the particular element, and here again it's a range kind of. So 3 meaning third row, third column, so it will be extracting the entire value from this. So it has extracted. If we have specified like this, there we can specify the same thing like this as well. Sample matrix, I am in third row and till last, meaning like everything it will be extracted. So it has extracted here. Now we go for the custom indexing. Again, we have specified one matrix or array we have specified. It has printed the element like this. And so how it will be taking up the values, meaning everything. And in the sense 1 is to 3 sample matrix, it has collected all rows and second and fourth column. All rows, meaning all the rows has to be selected, and column second and fourth. Meaning starting from 1, 0, 1 and fourth. Fourth is just a 0, 1, 2, 3, fourth, meaning this column. So this column value has to be, only need to be picked. So this one and this one has been picked here. That is how it worked, right? So, and allowed to retrieve in any order. So if you specify, like, it will be keeping all the values and third column and the first column. So third column, originally it will be 0, 1, 2. So the third column and first column like 0, 1. So ideally it is second column. So that value has been extracted here. Now we go for the selection. Hope you got it, right? Yeah. So now we go for the selection. When we go for the selection, what we have specified the arrange, like it will be giving all excluding 31, it will be giving all the values in range. And it will in simple array, the values which are lesser than 10, where it will, wherever this condition gets satisfied, so it will put true, rest everything is put as false. So in Boolean array, if you want to write this value, then again, it will be putting like this. It will put like this. So there is no difference if we even put this via Boolean array. Now here, a minor difference, like if in simple array, if we want to print the number, and I mean the index of those values, wherever the true is, Boolean array, true is satisfied, wherever the true values are there. So it will print the index of that. And if you want to, like again, without Boolean array, if you want to see, then it will be printing all the values, whatever there in your entire range. And in the same way, we can specify if greater than range, wherever the condition doesn't get satisfied, so it will be printing the values like this, which are greater than 15. So it has printed. Whenever, yeah, so here we are just said, specified the value simple array greater than 15, so it has printed all the values wherever the condition gets satisfied. Now here we have specify equal to 11, we are dynamically pass, statically we pass this value here. So wherever this a value, a simple array value would be less than a, so it will print the index here, right? So now we'll go for more numpy operations. Simple operations, np dot arrange 0, 21 excluding 21, all the values will be printed here. If you want to perform some additions, we have performed like, simple array plus simple array, it will revise those value, it will, do this addition of each value, as we have already specified, simple array has been added twice, so it has added the value, multiplied, and now likewise we can perform other operations as well. That is how I have performed. And again, if you want to, minus or subtraction, all those things, if you want to perform, those also, any arithmetic operation you can perform. Now, here, if you want to, information 5, 10, 3.5, what is infinity? If we divide 10 by 0, is not, you get a warning message along with it. 10 divided by simple array. Like, we have simple array, what we have defined. If we define and divide, then it will be giving the value till infinite, and till it will divide each value via your index. Whatever in your simple array, what the value was there, it will just keep dividing and it will give the result here, right? And in the same way, simple array, a single star would be considered as a multiply, and double star is considered as a power. So here we have power 2, so meaning like each value whatever there in your simple array would be will be exponential of that. It will be given the cube of everything which is there in your array range, right? So now we have a universal array function. In universal array function, you have all the values, and if you want to perform some square root of the each element which is there in your array range, so it will performing, we'll just pass out that variable simple array, it will performing the square root of everything and will be giving the value. In the same way, if you want to exponential of everything in the simple array, we just perform all these calculations here, and will be giving all the values. Now I want to perform the max value, want to perform the position or the max value position, and a square root or a square of the simple array of each value. That is how we can want to random values picking, like we want to perform some random with the 5 difference. That is how we can perform here. And up to 2 decimal in value, if you want to see a round of each value up to 2 decimal point, that also we can send your rounding of the values up to 2 decimal places for each value which is there in your data set. In your range, it will be giving the value up to 2 decimal places. That is how it works here for the round up to the number of limits and the number of output you want to limit with. If you want to find, I mean, you have the value in your array and you want to find the standard deviation of that, so it will be calculating the standard deviation of each value. Like this is the array, for example, you have. Okay, so you, or whatever the value you have in your array, so it will be performing. If you can perform the STD, standard deviation of that, okay, you can calculate the variance of that, you can calculate the, likewise you can perform mean, median, more, everything you can perform here, right? So I think this is quite okay for you. Like if you perform any unique values in this in a sport data set, so it will be giving you the unique values for from the each data set, right? So I think we are I mean, very normal functions, right? So it works in all the way, but only the thing is like how do you use that, and how, what is your requirement type, and how do you align all these functions, all these aggregations, all these whatever the functions I have explained or whatever features I explained, how do you align with your real-time practice? So that is how, but you need to practice it more. The more you dirty your hand, the more practice you do, the more confidence you'll become. As soon as you get it, then automatically with down the line, as soon as you all the topic gets covered, you'll be having an idea like how these kind of uh, use cases or these kind of examples can help you out to fixing the real-time issues. Only all everything in real time for AI, data science, it works around all these functions around. There is not much like, you just need to sort your data, you have to merge your data, you have to play around with your data as per requirement and put in your data frame or input in your whatever the type of data frame you are, I mean, you want your data to be, I mean, you want to customize your data the way you want. So it's not like you can other than NumPy or Panda, you can use any other libraries that also you can explore, but these are the most common libraries we use, right? So I think we are pretty okay whatever I explained today, and if you have any questions, you can just put down your questions in the comment section. I will be happy to answer that. And again, if you haven't subscribed my channel, kindly subscribe, like and subscribe, and share with your colleagues or peers who are interested to learn Python, and it's most demanding and uh, you know hotkey language, I can say hotkey language, script or whatsoever. Again, every sector it is going to be used. So these are uh, the basic fundamentals of on Python to touch upon, and as per as per your requirement, you can customize up to a max extent. There is no limit, right? So see you in my next session. Until then, thank you. Hope you like my video.